Welcome everyone to the 25th weekly Turbo Tuesday brought to us by Stay Plugged In, driven by eNASCAR. My name is Jay, and today on the desk I have with me Melakeem. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. Once again, it's me and you eating on the desk, and I'm feeling pretty good today. I just came off of winning a tennis doubles tournament. Looking nice, but I'm not trying to promote me here, right? We have to promote the players that are about to be playing in this match, upcoming one. That'd be a super big match, and once again, we have Reed behind doing production for us, our wonderful producer right here right now. So, Jay, I cannot wait to get back into this match.
And just a little bit of an update. We did see some of the matches played off stream. The winners quarterfinals, well, at least the first match was a sweep for Farmville over Kinetic Esports. Farmville being one of the teams that we are about to see on the pitch. The other teams, okay, I pull up, and Sloth Mafioso still playing out their winners quarterfinals match. With that being said, we are here in the winners semi-finals. So the winner of this match will go to the winners finals, which obviously the winner of that going to the grand finals. We are in a double elimination tournament, so any teams that lose up at this point, well, we don't have to worry about losing them. They will still have that second life in. They will still be able to fight their way to try and get to that grand finals through the lower side. But we're already here talking about winners and losers. But we haven't even seen any gameplay today, but just waiting on a couple of the players to join the lobby, I believe. But do have one of the teams here already. Just waiting on the other one to freshen up, show up fashionably late, if you will, before we are able to get game number 1 of the night underway.
You always have to do that extra thing, that extra. It really depends what community you're talking to. Some people call it a ritual. Some people call it I don't know, just something to freshen up, really. Something to give yourselves a little good luck spell going into the match, and that's what some teams, some players like to do. Usually in physical sports, they like to do that. Say like the NFL, they have like their little pregame rituals and whatever to do. Of course, it's more field physical work, but we're talking esports here. And you gotta get that extra training time in, especially this one stunt I do remember that could really add on to this story. It was Godspeed Inspired came super late, and then he had to come into the match and immediately try and play, but instead he decided to do training and get himself a little bit warmed up, let Godspeed get a little bit more accustomed to the series, and then once he was warmed up, came in, dominated, took the series, got Godspeed in a very good position in the bracket. I feel like that could be the exact same story here. If teams do want to do that, I would not recommend coming late and then just doing that entire thing. But we could see some interesting runs from these teams today. We have Top Slot is about to play Farmville in our upcoming match.
And speaking of those pregame rituals, you reminded me there was a time, it was back in the olden days when I used to be a competitive player playing all the RLCS quals. There was one series. It was the series that would make us into top 64. I don't remember why we did it, but every single one, every single member of the team, myself and my teammates, we decided to crank out some push-ups right before our match started. Really, just get the gains
Oh,
going before we
really?
catch the dubs, and we did end up winning that series. But thank
What?
goodness that we don't have to talk about our stories anymore, because we know that's not what you guys are here for. You guys are here to you guys are here to watch some Rocket League. And the players, well, they were all here. One of them left, but it looks like they will be
They'll rejoin.
joining back up. We have 4 players on the pitch, just waiting for some more. We have 5 players on the pitch, just waiting on one more player. Well, actually, we went down to 4. Now we're waiting on 2. And, well, are they going to join up in time? So we will get a quick lobby remake, but that's what you expect. These first matches always surprisingly difficult for the players to get sorted out. Make sure everyone is a-okay, ready to go. But you know what? That's okay. It wouldn't be a North American Rocket League tournament if that wasn't the case. There is no way that this could
Oh,
go smoothly. There are going to be mistakes
oh my
everywhere, left and right. But you know what? What
god.
matters at the end of the day is that we do get them figured out.
Bro, this is amazing. This guy Jay just insulted all of America Rocket League tournaments in one sentence. Okay. Well, I mean, then again, it wouldn't be a good production without him, mate. And a production. It's not production. It's not production. It's players. Oh, okay. We're about to get right back into this match. Once again, it's Orange. Orange, where are your players? What happened to your team? Where's your team? You're joining. Okay, there we are. We have Orange versus Blue. Blue and Top Slaughters, which was actually the team that the longest overtime I've ever casted was Top Slaughters, about 8 to 10 minutes long. I think it's 8 minutes long. Then Farmville, Wavy. If you watch any actual streamed big tier tournaments, you'll see players like Wavy, TK, Tide, and specifically Bumping, one of the best players I think I've really seen, but Tide. Oh my goodness. This is a guy that dominated one of the seasonal shootout tiers. Did so amazing. And now he finds himself in this Stay Plugged In tournament for Top Slaughters.
And the one thing I do want to point out as we're getting this match started, as the pace on the pitch is heating up, the player, their name is just a period. Their name is Tekaz. Just wanted that to be known so that there isn't any confusion. Having all them done. It is Tekaz hiding behind the hidden alias, but what's not hiding is the pressure building up from Farmville, shot after shot. They're getting very close to that Top Slaughters net. They haven't found anything to say for it. Already 2 shots in that opening minute, but the pressure says otherwise. They've been doing so many consistent touches onto the back wall. They're just trying to find one breakthrough opportunity, try and find that opening, as a lead here in this opening best of 5 would be fantastic for both sides. Broken double tap opportunities, just going to try and pancake it, but it gets to the corner. Now we see Top Slaughters. They're going to have to try and push this one out because they can't let Farmville be this pressure.
But what a dunk by Bumping on the back line now. It's QC Broken. Wavy trying to pass it over to Watts. TK intercepts it, but it's right back to Tekaz, gets bumped out of the way immediately. Here's Wavy pushing a little bit far up, but it's going to be a right pass Tide, but to TK. No one's on the wall for it. TK is going to try and continue. Here is Tide off the backboard, trying to find something here. Now Bumping, trying to do something right back into the corner. What can he do? QC bangs it away. Back to TK, trying to shoot it. Let's go to the top shelf, but Wavy takes it away.
And the pressure is moving back and forth. Top Slot is doing a great job at starting the counter, start getting that ball past the midfield line, start putting opportunities on net. You see them space out a little bit more around the pitch, wanting to increase the pace, get everyone back involved, but the change of pace for Farmville, they're so comfortable slowing down the play. A double demo's coming out for Farmville, just leaving Bumpin last, but does a good job at holding down the midfield, buying teammates time to respond. TK trying to get that one out, but Tekaz going to shut it down, keeps that flip, the air dribble into the box, but it does get met by the crossbar, and Top Slaughters live another day.
Thought something crazy was going to happen out of that play. I already saw something happening and hit off the crossbar, could not. 10 second long got 50 away, but now Tekaz once again unchallenged in the midfield, able to cleanly get that tap away. Wavy leaves this one for his teammate QC to rotate back in. Now Wavy's pushed down the second man to the midfield. Now here's Wavy coming into the play. QC turning, trying to get something out of this, tries to 50 it back, tries to fake out Tide on that hit, decides to pull the way back. Tide's got Bumping in the midfield, gonna try and go all by himself, trying to do something, you know. Now Bumping gonna try and come into the play, but play taken away. Quick shot downfield, catches out the entire defense, and Tekaz takes control.
Took just over 3.5 minutes, but Farmville, we've seen them have the most pressure this game, and they were able to finally have something to show for it. A minute 22 remaining, 6 shots to 3, doubling the shots of Top Slot as they finally found that breakaway opportunity in the midfield. Just a banger of a redirect to find that opening goal, and now with just over a minute remaining, Top Slaughters, they can't keep letting Farmville pile on these opportunities. They're gonna have to break out. It's a good carry. Bumpin connecting with Tide, looking for the double. The pinch in the corner, not going the way that Top Slaughters wanted. TK is gonna have something to say about it. Finds Tide, the 1-2, back to the 1, but it's off the far post. Bumpin, he's gonna be moving in on this one. Utilizes the ceiling, maintains that flip. Tide can't get the beat, and now Tekaz all the way down the pitch. That shot bounced off the post. Wavy's gonna sink it in. The back and forth comes out, but Wavy ends up on top, putting Farmville ahead too.
Farmville, I don't even know how they survived that attack. They come out, and within 5 seconds get a counter goal. It's Wavy to put it underneath. It was Teague on the back line. He was panicking. Top Slot is really, what else can you do in that situation? But Top Slot is, you missed 2 opportunities. Those are your opportunities. Those are your chances. But bumping again, trying to shoot it to the top shelf. I don't even know how they missed those opportunities, but still, it's 2-0.
And with 20 seconds remaining, you can't only be looking at trying to get this 2-goal comeback. That's almost impossible. Any goal here for Top Slaughters would help their mental going into game number 2. They don't want to leave game number 1 empty. They don't want to be shut out, but Farmville, they want otherwise. They want to silence this Top Slaughters team, slow them down. Top Slaughters, the higher seed in this matchup. They had to wait on this match. Meanwhile, Farmville came into this series off of a sweep over Kinetic Esports in a best of 3, but now we are in a best of 5 nonetheless. They show no sign of slowing down.
No sign of slowing down. Did you see their gameplay? Farmville stood up on defense, and stood up on offense. We're able to come in, try and find the counterattacks. We're able to somehow put together that amazing drive and get themselves in good field territory and absolutely dominate that game.
It was a very dominant game. Farmville out the gate just piled on that pressure. Top Slot, as we saw them break out a little bit here and there, but it really just became the Farmville show, looking to farm their way through the bracket, make sure that they're collecting their corn, collecting their carrots, whatever you do in Farmville. I have not played that game in probably over a decade, but it seems like these people, they still remembered. Farmville is a game, and now that you mention it, it makes me think that most of the players in this tournament are probably too young to know what Farmville is, which I don't know how they know it's a game.
This is like a high school tournament. So I'm thinking Farmville's at high school because it's literally a lot of high schools, especially in Midwest, they literally end with the word "Bill." So, oh, what a play! It's bumping. You see this? Okay, first of all, it's Tide, the pass downfield. He's bumping. He's looking. He's getting the opportunities. Wavy had no choice but to try and clear it. Maybe if he wanted, he could try and control it. But then again, there was not really any other available option for that play. And somehow, Bumping gets a banging pass back over the Tide, and he's able to put it in the back of the net.
Exactly what Top Slaughters needed. They got shut out in game number 1. They needed a response here, and the earlier they could do it, the better. The opening 30 seconds, impeccable from Top Slaughters. They're going to look to continue bumping. Redirect down the pitch, shut down by Tekaz. Broken versus Tide in the air. Broken does take it. Wavy down the pitch, gets a cherry pick, but TK able to shut that opportunity down. Now Tekaz putting it back into the box. Broken looking to move in, can't find it. Bumpin tries to contest that one to shut down Farmville, but the pressure mounting. Wavy's going to put in one and tie up the game.
1, 2, 3, 4, H8. Whoa, okay, hold on. Wait. How did he get that redirect? I'm just looking at that doink. I'm like, this guy's popping off. The guy's unchallenging the mid. This guy milked an opportunity. He puts it into the back of the net. Now we need to see a response. Will this be this response? I mean, Top Slaughters haven't exactly had the most effective offensive pulse from that first goal that they got in this game, and You're looking a little bit lackluster all over the field. Now they're a little bit late up to challenge for this one, but TK is able to build up his teammate. Here's Wavy, the pass to Pat. Okay, yeah, you cannot do anything against the squad. Ha!
The 1-2 connection in the midfield, Wavy, knowing that there's a teammate in the midfield, passes it completely laterally, connects with Broken. That 1-2 tried and true, makes it stick, and now Farmville, they were playing from behind for a moment, but they do find themselves back in the lead, back where they are comfortable playing. Granted, it did take Farmville a while to beat up in game number 1 with the aerial bump for Top Slaughters. It seems like it's taken them a little bit longer to warm up, but they're here now, and they are here to put on a show.
I turned into Arsenal for a moment and took the opponent out in the air. Perfect accuracy, leaving it for your teammate bumping on the goal line. Oh my goodness, they're clicking, but now it's Wavy trying to outplay the defense, but Top Slaughters on offense, they've been so slow so far this game, but they've been able to keep up so far. They've been able to return. They will not let any goal from Farmville go unanswered. Here's QC banging it downfield off the backboard, but TK is able to take it away. We remain at a 2-2 game.
And this game, already much louder than game number 1. We've seen 4 goals go in the first 2 minutes. This game already doubling the scoreline before we touch the half of doubling the scoreline of the previous game. Let me make that clear for a moment there. We're doubling a unannounced game. We were just talking about random statistics. Wavy this ball into the box. Floating. No one up on defense for Top Slaughters. And Farmville, they find themselves back in the lead. They had to claw their way to the lead in this game time and time again, but when it seems like they calm down, that is when they choose to strike. They let Top Slaughters get a little bit too comfortable, but then they just pick up that pace so effortlessly and really test the defense of Top Slaughters as they are again. And Top Slaughters, they're going to need to find a counter. That's a good opportunity for Bump, and they slip from Tekaz. And just like that, right as we cross the half, the game tied back up 3-3.
Top Slaughters have never let a goal go unanswered, just like I said a couple of minutes ago. Here to go, Farmville scores, Top Slaughters come in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, bumping, just gets the followed flick, and I feel like that was a little bit of mechanical misplay on that goal right there, saving our teammate. But now here's Tekaz trying to go over the pitch was broken, but no. He's Wavy. He's all the way back. Kind of a eye for an eye there between the demos. Here's Tekaz trying to go back to the midfield. Mechanical misplay by bumping, but thankfully for him, Tide is there in the back line to clean things up. Here's TK. Gets it to the wall. Not really too much there. And now bumping on the back line. Trying to do something here. One more time. Tries to get 50. Tekaz continuing it. Still has a boost. Reed, did you accidentally give him the unlimited boost button mutator? Because the guy is still going in the air with so much boost.
Really just that boost management, the navigation around the pitch, able to pick up those pads. As at this level of Rocket League, you'll see the entirety of a player's rotation based on those boost pads. As you don't really see as many pickups on the big boost as you would think, unless you are trying to starve someone or cost life. It's just a matter of keeping that midfield pressure, which is where you see it most. We see the friendly banter in the text chat. These players, they know each other, they're friends, they're just having a good laugh. And now, well, I think the only way that the friendly banter will be settled is by the series differential. Farmville, if they can keep this pressure up, they will be able to find themselves on match point.
Okay, into the corner, try to get the ball away. Tekaz. It's like, I'm here for the angles, mate. You can give me anything, I'm gonna put it back in the net. That's very easy for me, mate. That's exactly what he does. Tekaz, once again, top of the scoreboard. He's got hat tricks for a reason, mate. Puts it in the back of the net with that goal. He has a hat trick now, as I just mentioned. But now TK trying to go the full length of the pitch. Now bumping, trying to pass it over. What he can do really right there. He's Wavy in the corner. Bounce back out toward the midfield. Here's Tide once again in the corner. Trying to get something for his team here. Now they're down by 2. Up until that last goal, they answered every single goal, every single question. That Farmville had about their defense, but that's backed by Top Slaughter's offense. And now they are in a very awkward position here. It's passed back to Bumping. Can he convert it? No. Now they have only under 35 seconds remaining to convert 2 goals.
And we saw Top Slot is able to convert those single goals, but we haven't seen them convert when it comes down to a multi-goal lead. Wavy coming in, delaying the shot, trying to let the defender fly all the way across the net, succeeding in doing so, keeping it under the bar, utilizing it even to extend that deficit to 3 goals. And now with 20 seconds remaining, Top Slot, as they have a lot of work to do, but what they really need to be doing is worrying about the next game, because at this rate they will have to try and find a reverse sweep against Farmville, who have looked like such a lethal team. Slaughters, they're going to need a change. They're going to need a play like we've seen them play throughout this game, specifically able to respond so effectively, but they're gonna have to do that consistently for 3 games in a row.
And that's pretty hard to do, and they are now going to have to reverse sweep, which is a super hard rather to pull off in a such cooling fashion. And I mean, after this past game, I mean, you kind of got yourselves in the bind once again, so that's unfortunate for them, but that's close. And I feel like if they're able to do it again, they might be able to pull off something, but it's a shot.
And Top Slaughters, we've seen how competitive they are against Farmville. We've seen their capability to play against Farmville and really make them work for their goals. And it really, this goal differential at the end of game 2, really not indicative of how that game was played out. The game was very close up until the very end. Every single goal answered by both sides, back and forth, each team clawing to find that lead, but in the end, Farmville were able to take it. Farmville, seems like based on the first 2 games, they just heat up that much more when it comes down to the wire, when you approach those final moments. So in this situation, Top Slaughters, they might potentially need to find an early lead against Farmville, but it's going to be difficult when Farmville, in the opening moments, have already put opportunities on the net. They're pushing into the blue half. They have it in the corner. Wavy's going to connect with Broken. The pass does connect, but the 2 players in the net for Top Slot is able to push it to the side and keep the game scoreless at the start of game 3.
Oh, these guys are starting to push themselves all the way downfield to the point where they're starting to find some big opportunities right there. That opportunity to score was almost something of beauty. Another thing coming through, and the shot coming through going to be taken away on the goal line again. Wavy continuing the streak. TK on the back line, off the backboard, forced to save it. Tekaz trying to get something here. Now Broken on the back line. Will he just bang it? So decided to control it. I said on the defender, then bang it. Nice play by Tekaz to get it right back to QC. Broken. Now Tekaz, he found the angle before, could not find it this one. A little bit harder. Wavy on the back wall, trying to find something. Now Tekaz. He's got to turn around. He's up the wall for this one. He's not really able to find anything. Still, that's not the best touch. And you give it to Ty. That's not exactly what you wanted to do in that situation. Yeah. Just stall it and then can't get the follow-up. You just backflip into it, trying to give it back to your teammate, but it's supposed to right in the different direction where you want it to go. So awkward. He finds the follow-up.
That's exactly what Top Slot is needed. We saw them do this in the previous game. However, they were able to take that opening goal, take the early lead against Farmville, as opposed to game number 1 where Farmville were the ones to open it very late in the game. So now Top Slot, as they find themselves in a good situation once again, it's just going to be a matter of if they can either hold the lead or extend it. They don't want Farmville to get that momentum. They don't want that confidence to go up. The rivalry between the players really adding that much more to the series. It's more than just the Rocket League to the players. They have beefs that need to be settled, although friendly, mind you. I don't think anyone in this lobby hates each other, as they're all here to play a video game. Everyone is just glad to be here, and who's not going to be glad to be there is the Farmville defense when Tide just makes them look silly.
Oh, QC's gonna have a little bit of beef with Tide for making him look silly on stream after that one. Ay, ay, yada. What a play. Tide goes up, fakes it. Slippery said no, goes underneath the opponent. Now TK, one-on-one. Wave is right there, trying to make sure nothing comes out of this one. Now COVID, or Tide rather, looking for a couple of plays on offense right there, just trying to set up his team for anything he possibly can. Here's Wavy pass one. Tide. Back line, he's gonna just try and go for now. Tekos, you see that bumping on Tide now. TK tries to bump one out of the way, not really able to get anything super effective. Wavy passes back to Broken, but it's Tekos. He rotates into the play. Wavy gets a demo. Tekos back to the midfield. Broken is there, but just caught out with that positioning. Nice clear right, bumping, but still he's remaining and residing in the blue half. But a big clear by Tekos. Okay, the ball is right back into the blue half.
And the ping pong back and forth, that's what we typically end up seeing in the middle of these games. We see this surmounted pressure come about in the beginning, but then the back and forth play where the midfield becomes pivotal. Wavy on the pickup, slots it top corner, the top slotta, but on Farmville, Wavy has become. And now the game is going to be back within one. Top Slotas, they did a good job of getting that 2-goal lead, but now it's dwindled to one. They lost their buffer. Now it's a matter of holding. Wavy going to be by themselves in the back. Air dribble out, trying to get it out, but gets immediately shut down. Broken has to sweep in to help. But this back and forth gameplay seems to be favoring Farmville, as they do have those conversions from the midfield, but on the other side of the pitch, Top Slotas, they need to maintain control. There's only a minute and a half of this game left, a little bit less, and Farmville, they're heating up. The shots coming in left and right. Top Slotas are going to need to take control soon, or Farmville are going to tie it back up.
Wavy gets the follow-up! They puts it into the back of the net. You knew it was just a matter of time until that defense breaks. They were on the goal line, they were in the goal, they were no back post. And the pitch back towards the middle. So what a play by Tekos, and Wavy was just able to finish it off. 2-2, the comeback. Maybe. Series.
And Farmville, one held lead separates them from moving on. It's a missed touch that comes out on the defense. Wavy able to find yet another goal. The hat trick comes out now. Farmville, they find themselves in the lead in the game that puts them on match point.
Ow! Farmville, you're down by 2, and because of a big misplay off the backboard, you're up by 1. But for how long will this Top Slotas team be able to get back into it? TK try to look for something there. Bumping, it's open! Tide, can you flip it back for Wavy? Remaining strong, vigilant, and clutch on defense. Back to the midfield. TK trying to get something working. Where is Tide? Not going to be there. Broken out has opportunity to work with this one. Not a lot of us to work with. Pass one, over one. Bumping on the back line. Able to remove the danger. Here's bumping. Wavy gets bumped out. Bumping to the midfield. Can he get the play? TK controlling. Pass one, but cannot do it. This is the crunch time. This is a clutch time. Wavy, the pass. No one's in the midfield for it. Bumping, trying to get the pinch out. Could not. Now he has to control. Not a lot of boost. Times it right back down to anyone who's there. Nobody. TK, pass one. Nothing there again. Tide in the air. Has the boost. Not anymore. Bouncing down. No one is there for the reception. 10 seconds remaining.
And the final moments, Top Slotas are going to have to get this ball all the way down the pitch. Tide able to pick it up, but Tekos is going to shut that one down. It's going to bounce. It's still in the air, though. Bumping, keeps it alive, but the only players around are in orange, and they have no desire to keep that ball in the air. They will let it touch down. Farmville able to take the series in a clean sweep, and they will move on to the winners finals.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It is Farmville that originally looks so dominant in this one right now. And I mean, a team that is as great as Wavy, as Tide. I mean, even TK. These players are individually talented. Wavy, a hat trick for Farmville, the person to clutch up, the person to make the difference. And it was Tekos, the one to set it up. 3 assists for him. Are you seeing this? 3 goals and then 3 assists going both ways. Teammates, the unselfishness coming out. And this is how I like to see these guys work as a team. And now showing that any team, no matter who the opponent, it's going to be able to come out with this victory.
And now, Farmville, their story continues. They will be playing OK. I pull up next. But before we get to that match, we are going to go to a very short break just to get the match set up, make sure the players are all cozy, all bundled in, ready to get going. But we will be right back, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. We just saw that first semifinals match unfold. What we didn't see is that OK I Pull Up made their way through on the other side, and we find ourselves now in the winners finals. We'll see Farmville once again versus OK I Pull Up. Melakim is here on the desk with me once again, ready to get you the most action-packed coverage that you will find here on Twitch.
You're damn right. So we're about to get right back into this game. We have Wavy, we got QC, guys from Farmville starting to join in. Now we're going to see a team called OK I Pull Up, which is a interesting team name, if I can say so myself, which no one really asked me, so I can't say so myself. We have the players joining. We got Takeoff, we got Wave, we got Broken. On Farmville, we got OK I Pull Up, Seka, Frost, and Laggy Puppy. Let's get the show on the road.
And the show is just gotten underway, and the early pressure coming out from Farmville once again indicative of the last series. It's just a repeat of history. Broken in the opening 11 find the first goal.
Look, this is classic Farmville right now. Beat the first man, then get past the second man, and then get off the backboard. Leave it for your thirds to come in and finish it off. This is what they've been doing. Man, now Frost, can you capitalize to start off? But you cannot. Wavy, he's pre-dumped this. He's up. The redirects. It's good! Wavy coming from the sky, climbing the imaginary ladder and putting it in the back of the net.
And that is a drop down and a half. Had two defenders up in the air to block, but none of them getting in Wavy's way. Able to drop it in, didn't even have to use the ground, just sank it straight into the back of the net. Farmville now have an early 2-goal lead. They're just toying now here in their own corner, just having a little bit of fun. That's what all the players are here to do. They're just here to have a bit of fun, as all of these players, they run into each other very often. They do find each other very frequently in tournaments, and it seems like Broken is very frequently finding the back of the net.
Oh, they're just going back and forth with QC again. Fighting each other. It's like a well-oiled machine. Off the backboard. You gotta do it again, mate. They just won't stop. They just won't stop. Yeah, Wavy, they're on the attack. Look at them. They're unchallenged in the midfield. They're starting to play around. They're leaving for a player, but now Frost. He gets this one. Pass one. The shot. Lucky Puppy completely missed the redirect. That was one you have to get in, mate. If you are that open, the goal is open. You didn't even need to go. Frost gets redemption for his teammate. Able to put on lead. 1-3, we can come back.
And that is what OK I Pull Up needed. They needed to find a goal to slow down that Farmville momentum, to slow down the dominance, to make sure that Farmville would not run away with it. And right as we do cross at that opening minute mark, we have already seen 4 goals go in. A explosive start for Farmville, but OK I Pull Up. They're here for the after party. The fake comes out from Seka, trying to find it down the pitch, but doesn't make it stick. Tekos is going to pick it up. Gets it past Puppy. Wavy now up in the air. The ball can go all the way across the net. Broken trying to keep it relevant. Frost able to get the play out as OK I Pull Up. They're doing better at slowing down Farmville on offense. They're doing better taking control in the midfield. They're doing better finding the net. They find their second and bring the game back within one. And now the game just got that much closer. I believe Melakim has now rejoined us. Welcome back. Maybe. Or maybe not. It sounds like that we will be getting the J Show momentarily, but there's nothing wrong with that. I find myself in the situation more often than not. The mic static coming in from Mel, trying to find that audio connection that works. Not really sure, but what I am sure of is that this game is getting exciting. We saw Farmville take that early lead, but they have slowly lost it. They ran out of those buffers. They don't have any more room for error. Now is a matter of seeing if they can extend it. Broken on a dunk, trying to find it. Can't. Wavy a 50 with the defender, trying to keep it relevant in the okay, I pull up half. Now Tech Oz is going to have a shot opportunity. It's off the post. The follow-up from Broken, good. And the comeback from Pull Up is going to be slowed down as Farmville re-extend their lead to 2. 2 minutes and 27 seconds remain. The game already 6 goals scored. We're getting closer to 7 as a bump off the kickoff almost makes its way into the Farmville net, but the ball is still dangerous. Laggy Puppies going to be moving in to find that one. Now 7 goals scored, still over 2 minutes remaining. This game just an absolute slug out. 8 shots on both sides of the pitch. Both teams a cumulative shot total of 8. 16 shots in this lobby, but only 7 of them have gone in. 7 of them have been quality enough to find the back of the net. Farmville doing a little bit better at converting on those opportunities. Laggy Puppy going to pick up a demo to slow down that Farmville offense, as it's going to be difficult for Farmville to maintain an offense if they don't have the players to do so. The double tap off the sidewall from Wavy, almost finding its way into the back of the net. It does just bounce off the bar. Now Seika, air dribble all the way down the pitch, shut down by Wavy. Laggy Puppy caught a little bit off guard and trying to slow down.
No!
Wavy on the dribble. Frost able to get it cleared to the side, and most importantly, Melakeem is back on the mic.
I don't want to go in depth about my audio problems right now, but I go away for about, I don't know, say a minute and a half trying to fix some stuff, and apparently we have a super close game from what was originally a blowout, maybe a tie. Yes, a tie! The pass of the backboard to Seka. He's done it again.
A little bit of a mistouch there from Tekaz. Leaves Laggy Puppy with a fantastic setup, connecting with Seika and making the opportunity stick. You have to keep in mind that we opened up this game 3-0 to Farmville. As Pull Up, they have found 4 goals, just 2. Farmville's won recently, but Farmville, we know how much they hate tied games. We know how much they hate playing from behind. The dunk from Tekos comes out, Broken finds the 4th goal for himself.
They just can't stop it. They literally just cannot stop it. They have not lost a lead. They have not gone underneath almost ever, really, so far this tournament. And now they're showing this team is absolutely amazing. Here's Tekos in the I forgot the name of the team while trying to say the team name while remembering. But these guys looking amazing. There's about 45 seconds remaining, and the ball is creeping toward the net. Can you get back, Sek? Oh, no, you can't. It's PC broken. Let's see. What's done? Can you back?
Broken doing such a good job on offense. 5 goals to 6 shots. The lights out shooter that Broken is showing to be. Broken had a little bit of a quieter series in the previous matchup, but now is here to play, showing the involvement on the team, but everyone else playing very well. Every single goal for Farmville assisted. That's 6 goals and 6 assists, as Tekos having 4 of those assists, Wavy the other 2. This offense from Farmville is proving to be lethal for every opponent in this tournament. It's just a matter of how Farmville are playing, because when they're playing up to snuff, playing up to their best, they seem to be an unstoppable force. The ball's still in the air, but the game already decided. It's barely hanging on, but it finally touches down. Farmville take game number 1 against OK I Pull Up in the winners finals.
And what was originally pretty far and dominant, but turned into a more of a close game, and they kind of they got a lot closer. They were able to come back somehow a little bit, maybe a warm up strategy for them. They were able to get back into the game. They were able to get back, trying to get something set for them. Maybe they're trying to say, okay, we're going to be able to keep it close against this team. But then again, this Farmville team is looking absolutely amazing so far.
And this team, it seems like their offense is just impeccable. You take three very fast players, three very capable players, and they're just able to do whatever they want. They're so dominant. They're able to find so many loopholes in the defense, find so many opportunities, just outpace their opponents. But okay, I pull up. We've seen them play up to that caliber. We've seen them put Farmville in those difficult situations, able to make those comebacks. So now it's a matter, a new 5-minute timer. Will OKI pull up have a response, or is it just going to be Farmville continuing their onslaught as a misplay in the midfield for Farmville is going to open up? OKI pull up Frost picking up the first goal in the opening 15.
That's a nice play. Trying to go off the backboard. I like what I saw from QC. Broken off the backboard, trying to make something go for his team, but the penetration and they went to the completely opposite direction. Here's Tech Cross off. Trying to make it off the backboard, but Laggy Puppy was able to read a little bit early. His wavy toward the corner. Broken's going to try and lead this one from Frost. He's able to. Maybe a second one, pass another one. Back to Wavy. This is exactly what they've been doing so far all tournament. And they've been able to succeed at it so far the entire time. Pretty flawlessly. Now here's QC Broken. Big 50 right back down! Back to Wavy! Somebody put QC Broken in a straight jacket. He is insane!
And the onslaught continuing for Farmville. That 50-50 rocketing straight up to the moon, sent back into orbit, sent into the crossbar, and onto Wavy's hood, able to find that go-ahead goal for Farmville to tie up this series. From what we've seen from Farmville, the best chance for the opposing teams is to take an early lead and make Farmville play from behind for as long as possible, but Farmville, they only had to play from behind for less than a minute before they were able to bring it back to a level playing field. And now we see it's going to be able to stand the test of time. Back pull up, they're going to need to pull up to that Farmville net more and make these opportunities, because Farmville's opportunities are not dwindling. They're not slowing down. They're just piling on. It's a guarantee that they're going to be putting shots on net, so you have to be able to not only defend them, but return shots. Wavy capitalizing on the open net finds a second for Farmville.
Once again, James, right? Just a guarantee at this point. Wavy, do you have to really? Do you have to take the goal? It was your teammate's moment, mate. You had a perfect day. The fact of the matter is, the goal's a goal. They're up by 2 now. Up by 1 now. Almost went down in the score percentage together. Here we go. Here's Seka trying to work with it. QC Broken is banged downfield. All 3 players are kind of in little team meeting right there in the left side of the field, and Tekos takes control and says, okay, yeah, I know why you're doing that. I'm going to come around and shoot the ball to you.
And a team bump coming out for OKI pull up, putting all of them out of position. The player rotating back into net was slowed down, leaving that opportunity open for Tekos. All he had to do was sink it into the back of the net, just put it on target. There was no one home. Everyone was out for lunch on the defense, and well, the shot did connect, and now Farmville up 2 goals. They have that buffer, but we still over half of the game to play out. We already see Farmville players pre-jumping, and it might cost them, but Tekos doing a good job rotating all the way back, does find it, but the impossible angle from Frost shut down by Wavy. Seka's going to be moving in, a double commit on the Farmville goal line, keeps the ball out of the net. The pressure surmounted against Farmville, but they didn't have anything to show for it on the side of OKI pull up. Farmville able to get the clear out and able to hold OK, I pull up to their one singular goal.
Here's Tekov trying to go underneath the dunk, but it's not going to be on terribly the way they're trying to find these opportunities, trying to find these attempts. Here's Lucky Puppy. Trying to get past the entire defense. Once again, it's QC broken. He had 5 goals in the last game, trying to get a little bit more for his scoring record. Here's Tekov. He pre-jumps it. He's shooting. He's scoring! Tekov once again! Somebody put this guy in a headlock, but he needs to do. He's going to take you right out of it and pin you down.
It's really every player on Farmville getting involved. We saw QC Broken put in 5 goals last game, now has none. However, the 4 goals scored split between Tekaz and Wavy, all assisted by Broken. All 3 players on Farmville getting extremely involved on offense, and their defense, well, it seems like they barely have to worry about their defense as they're doing such a good job in the midfield, and whenever OKI pull up, get it into the Farmville half, it's getting diffused, it's getting shut down quickly. The double commits from Farmville, while they are atypical, you don't see them work out for most teams. Farmville doing a good job at keeping everyone involved. The pace that they're playing, it allows for those occasional double commits to confuse the defense, and the air dribble almost going to find its way in from Tekaz, but Broken now moving in, has Wavy, the pass connects, the ball's up in the air. Frost gonna be the first one there. Tekaz picks it up with the pre-flip. Seika able to shut it down. 1 minute remaining, and OKI pull up have so much work to do.
I didn't even know how Tekaz in the first place recovered for that air, to continue that air dribble in the first place. The guy's insane. Here's, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop him. You see these angles that he's getting out of nowhere. Now the team pitch right back out to Tekaz, trying to have a little bit of fun with some of the people. Not really able to right there, but still, maybe Tekaz may be able to add something for his team to try and get them back in the game. And I say try because it's almost impossible at this point. But if they're able to get a goal within the next, I don't know, 10 or so seconds, they might be able to try to hold something.
And a goal here for OKI pull up would be fantastic for their mental, as it really just has been the Farmville show. Laggy Puppy going to put a clear down the pitch, but Tekaz just dancing around, mustying into the ball in the midfield, already knows the result of this game. The final seconds will tick down, but the final seconds not needed. The ball just lingering in the Farmville corner. A goal for OKI pull up would be great for the mental. It's where it needs to be. It's in the box. Seika's shot a little bit too soft, and Farmville now on sweep potential. They find themselves on match point in this best of 5. The potential to move on to the grand finals through that upper side of the bracket and assert their dominance in this tournament.
I mean, not that they already have. This team has been so amazing so far, so clutch. It's so hard to stop this roster, and I really like what I'm seeing from them, and starting to have a little bit fun with it once the scoring gets a little bit too out of hand. Starting to have a little bit fun, which is very good for the mental, which is really showing, saying, okay, we are able to come in and not only win, but we're also to have fun while doing it. We're able to chill out, reset the mental, and then continue what we're doing and continue to win. But right now, for OKI pull up, we need something super big right now for them mental right now, and for their gameplay, because they're down in the series and they might just lose the series. But a shot by Tekaz. He's in the potato car. It doesn't make his gameplay worse. It makes it better.
The potato coming out, flying around the room, opening up game number 3 for Farmville. It only took 5 seconds. The yummy car, as stated by Laggy Puppy. Farmville just feeling themselves, to say the least. They're so confident. The confidence radiating from them. You can physically see it. Well, you can see the aura, but you can also see it in the car change. However, Frost on the other side of the pitch, not quite content with how the series has been going, not quite content to give up yet, not down and out, ties the game back up in just 19 seconds. We've already seen 1 goal go in, and we've seen the response.
It's fries now. I have a couple of potatoes over here. Now this potato car is making it remind me that I have a couple of potatoes that My mom said, okay, you can make fries if you want to. And now thank you, Tekos, for money. Now let's see what Tekos can cook up for dinner. Maybe he can try and cook up I pull up. If I'm being honest, I don't think he can exactly cook frost. I mean, frost is technically ice, right? So I don't think he can cook ice, can you?
Well, you sure can throw it in the fryer in some hot oil, but let me tell you, you probably don't want to do that, as it will
Damn
in
right.
fact explode.
Oh,
And
wow.
the explosion there of bats. The Batmobile goal explosion coming out for Tekos in the potato car. The secret weapon, the dagger for Farmville to put them back in the lead. Tekos, the mental change, now playing very well despite the card change. You would think that Tekos might be a little bit behind, but it is the
You
exact
see
opposite.
this?
Wavy's gonna have QC
Look at him. Look at
broken,
that.
but it doesn't matter. Every single player from Farmville ready to get involved. It doesn't matter who shoots it, there's always someone there.
Well, put a little bit of Italian seasoning, some thyme, some rosemary, maybe a little bit of lemon zest. I kind of like that lemon zest. Also, can we bring on a little bit? I mean, just for the browning. I don't think you put paprika on fries. I mean, I think I'm the only person that exists that puts paprika on fries, because I mean, either way, it's gonna taste pretty good. Because right now it's the potato car. The potatoes are usually supposed to be the ones getting cooked, not the ones cooking, because it's the potato car that's cooking up. Okay, I pull up, look at them going through here, Tekos. It's the potato flying through the air. He's got the freaking hat trick, mate. Look at him. He's got 3 on the board. He's got 3 goals and 3 shots. He's got the perfect 100% shooting percentage. Oh my goodness. Look, he's moving so freely around the pitch. The pass to Wavy off the backboard. It's broken underneath. The ball not gonna come out. But you see how freely this guy's moving with the potato car? It might be the troll car, but it's not. No lackluster gameplay is coming from it right now. Look at him go.
And it is very frequent to see players like this switch their cars to something a bit abnormal and finding success with it. That's how the popularity of the Fennec arose. We saw the Ghostbusters car time and time again at RLCS, the highest level where everything is on the line for the players. They were using the Ghostbusters car and they were still doing so well. But this game not quite over. We do cross halftime and okay, I pull up. Still 2 goals down. They have a bit of work to do. They have the capability to do so, but Broken's going to shut them down. Sink another goal in the back of the net. Extend the lead to 3. Get on the board and make OKI pull up. Well, make them worried at this point with how this series might unfold.
They just got splashed with water and taken into a tidal wave and completely pushed away. It's Wavy with the goal, but now on the other end, right off the kickoff, I really don't know what happened here. A big mishap. Leaps Lucky Puppy maybe giving me something, giving them something, I don't know. Did they have an opportunity to come back into this game?
Still 2 minutes, only a 2-goal deficit. The opportunity there, but it's really going to be a battle of the mental. Farmville. They're playing so confident, and it shows they've reached that mental state where they feel unstoppable, and they are backing it up. So, okay, I pull up. They don't have a lot of time to combat that, but they're going to have to do their best. They do still have the lower side of the bracket, but they don't have to go there so soon. The double tap opportunity for Laggy Puppy going to the side. Wavy does connect with Tekos, and this is Potato League.
Oh, the potato car. It's usually the one that's supposed to be cooked, but this time it's doing the cooking. Cooking and saucing up the defense. Give me a little bit of Italian seasoning to go with it. And I would like to stay here for the feast. I will not take it to go. I will stay here and eat up. Oh my goodness gracious. Let us stay here and let us not go home yet, because this team is staying in, and I'd like to see it as they're feasting on their opponents right now, right here in Laggy Puppy in the corner. Wavy, here's Seka. Opportunity taken away by Seka.
And a minute 15 remaining. Okay, I pull up. They need 3 goals here. They have a lot of work to do and not much time to do it. It's going to take more than just a couple opportunities. It's going to take an entire mental switch. Laggy Puppy had an open net but didn't have the boost to get around it, and that's one opportunity right there going astray. But an opportunity that's going correctly is for Farmville. Wavy picks up another one for own team, putting the scoreline 6-2. Less than a minute remaining. It's going to take a miracle for the people who are looking to pull up.
Oh, it's a tide called Wavy, taken away and completely busting it out. There he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're taking them out a little bit too far in the ocean, mate. I know it's your territory, Wavy, but you gotta chill out. You can't exactly completely strand them right now. They're stranding themselves. They're making it worse right now. They're on top of each other. They're over each other. They're all over each other right now. At this point, I don't really think to them it really matters anymore what happens on their side of this game. It's clearly over. It's Tekhouse in the potato car. In the Frost and Second, they're already up in the air. They're pushing this stuff now. They're kind of, these guys are all over each other. They're having a lot of fun. They already know this one's over. I don't think they, oh no. Why do you have to score, Wavy? Why do you have to score? It's just plain disrespectful. Ah, what?
And the final moments will tick down here. The match has been decided. We saw 5 players go for the kickoff, but only 1, maybe 2 made contact there. The ball is still up in the air, but the game is decided. Farmville now find their place in the grand finals. They started in the quarters, swept. They went through semis, swept. They went through the winners finals and swept. They have played 8 consecutive games and have won every single one of them.
Okay. Uh-oh. Where? What? Where am I going? The title Wavy has taken over my chair and has completely removed me from the pitch. It's Wavy. He's coming up. He's popping off. And he is absolutely dominating. Okay. There we go. All right. We're back in the picture. Okay. Thank you, Wavy. You did not have to destroy my complete setup just by that one thing. Okay. I have a job and I have a family to feed. You don't have to strand me in the middle of the ocean just like you did your last opponent. All right. Okay. What a match coming in from Wavy specifically. Okay, I gotta scoot a little bit over here, but once again, what a match coming in from Wavy, and as well his teammate, Broken in the first game came out absolutely popped off for his team and delivers them a very, very needing victory. They are advancing to the grand finals of the Turbo Tuesday by Stay Plugged In. Speaking of which, you better stay tuned because we're going to be right back with the losers final.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 25th Turbo Tuesday, brought to us by Stay Plugged In, driven by eNASCAR. And we find ourselves at the lower finals. The winner of this match will go on to face Farmville in the grand finals. Both teams here we have seen today. It will be okay. I pull up versus Top Sladas, but one more person. Here is Melakim on the desk. How are you doing? Are you ready to get into this lower finals match?
You better know I'm ready. One thing, I think Top Slot they have a little something going for them, Jay.
They do.
Uh,
They do.
do you know what that is? It's
I see it.
it's Reginald. It's Reginald. Who else is it supposed to be? Finally, they said he was going to be in this tournament, and he makes a golden appearance like the Golden Hour song by JVKE puts it. It's Reginald. He's the person he's going to be in for Top Slot. If you have seen Reginald, if you have looked anywhere and you're not living under a rock in the bubble scene, you should know who Reginald is. If not, I could do this golden presentation. This guy's been everywhere. And for the right matter, the guy is absolutely cracked. He is probably one of the best players in, I think, whatever the hell tier he was in seasonal shootout. And now he is now in the Stay Plugged In tournament for Top Slaughters to hopefully give them a very, very, very well-deserved grand finals.
And this best of 5 matchup going to be so important for both of these teams, as both of these teams are going to want revenge against Farmville. Both teams dropping in sweeps against Farmville, so both teams wanting to regain their name, just get that title back, polish up their names a little bit more. They don't want to go out of this tournament as just the team that got beat by Farmville. They want to go back, face them again in the grand finals in that best of 7 format, and remake history for them. But before we get there, we have to see which opponent it's going to be. Okay, I pull up Top Slaughters. They're both back and forth thus far. A very quiet opener, but that's what you'd expect in this losers finals. You don't want to concede early. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You want to take that opening minute or two to get a good feel of the opposing team before you make a plan to strike. And this back and forth is just going to continue a little bit more. Laggy Puppy is still down the field, has teammates in support, just goes for the 50. TK on a good redirect from the midfield, forces Seika to make a diving save. TK is going to pick up a demo setup, tied for an opportunity. It gets that flip, potentially doesn't need to use it. Seika able to shut that opportunity down. Top Slot is doing a good job. It's starting to pile on some early pressure. Frost on the connection out will find Laggy Puppy, who doesn't have that much boost to work with, has to push it away. Seika lurking for an opportunity to move in, gives Tide a lot of space, but the 50 going in favor of OKI. Pull up, Laggy Puppy now off the side while the air dribble just has to smush it into the net. Gets met by Resinal, gets demoed for that save, and Tide is going to push that one down the field and give Top Slaughters another opportunity before it gets shut down by Laggy Puppy once again.
You already see coming out the mechanical ability from Reginald for this team. You've already seen him these opening couple of minutes starting to make some plays on offense with his team, but now ever since then it's been an absolute just squishing pancake, orange pulp, squeezing pressure, like a pressure cleaner coming out from Jefferson Cleaners in the 70s. I can't, okay, I pull up. This looks amazing. Laggy Puppy on offense. He's the only one actually that's got a shot, but they haven't had the ball in the orange half a little while. But look at the rest of the pass over to the bump as well. Not able to find it. Here's TK into the corner, gonna maybe try and do something here. Keeps it in there. Seika trying to control, not trying to get outplayed here. Really does not. Laggy Puppy in the back line, able to try and get a play. It's not the best one. Resinal shooting. It wasn't the best play. Bounce right back out to him, and he puts it into the back of the net.
And that pinch, setting it up. Laggy Puppy had to get a touch there, or else TK was lurking. The touch left a lot to be desired, leaving Resinal with an open opportunity. And now with just 1:41 remaining, TopSlottas, they're in a good spot, but there's still so much time for OKI pull up. Still plenty of time to come back. One mistake could cost it all. A double commit on defense is going to set up Seika, who gets the dunk, and OKI pull up. Tie it back up 1-1.
Not the best touch by Tide and TK. That was the only thing he could possibly do. And then he had to come down and try and get the 50, which he got immediately dunked in. So now they're finding themselves in a very interesting position here with about 1:25 remaining.
Minute 20 remaining. Still playing the field, all leveled back out. Both teams are going to be fighting for this lead, as if one team can get a goal in regulation here, it would be pivotal, as it leave the other team a lot of time to find an answer. TK is going to connect with Resinal, looking for Ty, the 50. It's going to go neutral. Seika trying to shut it down. TK putting that one to the side. A bit of a double commit between TK and Resinal. It's going to leave Frost with an opportunity. We're in the final minute. Frost double tap, it doesn't have enough boost. Seika moving in. Another double tap comes out, but Resinal is going to shut that one down, push to the side. Laggy Puppy back on that backboard once again. Frost a follow-up shot, but Tide is going to be there to push it to the side. Seika not quite done, has Laggy Puppy in the midfield, but the breakaway opportunity leaves Seika having to hustle all the way back down the pitch. Final 30 seconds, and both teams are fighting for their lives.
Yeah, fighting for their lives, scratching, trying to come right back out again. Here we go. Here's Laggy Puppy, not a lot of boost to work, but trying to get 50, not really able to. Bouncing right back out. Here's TK on the back line, has to get a good touch here. There's nothing worse in the world. This set up Resinal for an opportunity. Full court clear, maybe a solo. Flip reset, trying to go underneath Laggy Puppy. 0 seconds on the clock. TK to the midfield. There's no one going to be there to try and put on the net. Now, Jay, we have overtime.
Overtime already in game number 1. If that doesn't speak for how this series is going to unfold, I don't know what will. Frost off the ceiling is going to be met by TK. Seika trying to get that ball into that orange half, but will be met by Resinal, who takes it to the corner. Laggy Puppy able to push it that much further beyond. Seika's going to have a shot. The 50 goes through. The 1-2-1 pinball on the goal line finds OKI pull up the opening game of the series.
Wow, I mean, you wanted something to open up for either team. You think the change from Resin is going to come in, maybe change some things, but okay, I pull up saying, yeah, no, we're just a good team. And they're proving it right there, no matter who is in, no matter the roster. They're looking pretty good here. So they're coming in top slot as they had the opportunity. They had Resinal, who has gone for a card change, and now he's back. And as well with that, so either way, these guys, they're looking pretty nice, but okay, I pull up. They barely hung on by a thread. TopSlottas need something to go in their favor and to change going into this next upcoming game.
And still so much series to be played out. TopSlottas, they are going to have the opportunity to bring this series back into their favor, as that's just game number 1. It went to overtime. That being said, it could have gone either way. So TopSlottas, they're going to have to do their best to make sure that they aren't letting that overtime get to them. They're going to want to stay involved and keep their mental up to that tip-top shape. Or else OKI pull up are going to continue walking in this series.
Yeah, and they need to do something about it. No, they have to do something about it as fast as possible. These guys are getting into here. Now the game is coming. The game is started, and we have got kicked off, and now we have got a goal. It's up kicked off. It's time once again, putting it into the top corner bar. Down, TK. 50 time. Cheat. Open. Go. Far down. What happened after kickoff?
And A great opening for Top Slaughters coming out of that game number 1. They're going to want game number 2 to go in their favor, and scoring in 3 seconds will do exactly that. TK on the dribble looking to extend it. Tide, a big lofted touch towards the box. Frost, a dangerous touch. Resinal's going to be moving in, but the shot does get dissolved. But TK's shot does not. It is potent. And Top Slaughters find their second goal already.
You talk about Resinal, you talk about Tide. Somebody put a hand up and talk about TK. All the questions surrounding him in class have been answered, and now, ladies and gentlemen, off the class, you are dismissed. TK has taught you, and he has completely put and outclassed you. This guy is unbelievable. Puts it into the top shelf, brings the entire defense down. But now, you see the passing play. Resinal gets outplayed. Seka trying to get past the entire team. Now he's crossing the back line. Resinal taking the opponent team's food. Here's Seka up in the air. Now Resinal turning up in the air. Will he get beaten? No, he actually beats the opponent after forcing himself to turn back around. Resinal and his mechanical abilities just shock me by the minutes.
And the mechanics just coming out more and more. The prowess of these players showing their capabilities, really showing how far this game has come. Resinal trying to find that opportunity, can't find it. Laggy Puppy gonna pick up a bump as well as the dribble. The bumps coming out left and right in the midfield, but nothing to show of them just yet. Top Slaughters, they found themselves in a bit of an awkward situation there, but they were able to rotate accordingly. Frost going to connect on Seka's pass, looking for that double tap, but can't find it. Resinal on the dribble, gets it past one, but Seka shutting it down. TK off the back wall, has Tide, but it does just go across. Now Frost off of the side wall all the way from downtown. Tide's gonna double tap off his own back wall to shut that one down. Frost looking to slow down the play, but can't. The back and forth is here, and it is here to stay. But the only issue for OKI Pull Up is they're down 2-0. They can't afford the back and forth, as every single second so valuable. Make it 3.
How did... I said it earlier, you cannot count out this player. Drops it underneath and behind 2 and puts it in the back of the net, Jay. What do you have to do to stop TK?
There's a lot to be done, but still a lot of time to do so. As OKI Pull Up, they do have that advantage.
Bro,
it seems like at this point the advantage might not last as long as they would like, as we do cross halftime and Top Slaughters are playing in tip-top shape.
bro, I'm cutting over your cast just looking at these guys. It's unbelievable. They're moving around the field so freely. They're like doing anything they want to. Look at TK setting up the bump, and Resinal and Tide both committed for that. They're kind of playing over each other right now, but don't get missed. Just don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself in the moment right now, because Laggy Puppy, he's going to be able to start to capitalize on some of these misplays that are coming through here, and TK could not get the meat on Frost. He just shot it right underneath, and that was perfect.
And the perfect shot coming out in the perfect situation, as the OKI Pull Up, they needed a goal and they needed to find one soon, and now with 2 minutes remaining, them having the most recent goal is going to help them, but they're gonna have to do a little bit more. Laggy Puppy can't find it. A bit of a defensive misplay. They had to make something happen, but unfortunately for the Capybara squad, it doesn't quite work out. The own goal comes out, and the goal deficit extends back to 3.
Well, I mean, the defense is seasonal for Arsenal, so I guess they come and go by the season. So it's summer, so there was really no defense. They took a summer vacation, I guess. I don't know. But now they can only hope their offense comes in. Here's Ty, the pass back to Resinol. It's Resinol shooting the backboard where you played. Oh, Resinol, you had to shoot that on sorry, but that's made. You have to be able to do that. No, you want to say cast the action right here. But you have to first put it in the back of the net. Oh,
Minute
finally.
11 remains. Resinol going to put in a fifth, making game number 1 look like a fluke. We saw it go to overtime, but now it is nowhere close. Top Slaughters find themselves up 5-1, and OKI pull up while they currently have the series advantage. It doesn't look like that statement will stand true in just over a minute. Top Slaughters seems like they got everything figured out. They had to get Resinol incorporated as he wasn't here for the initial matches, but is a main player on the roster. So the mid-tournament change, getting Resinol back involved and getting that figured out. Game number 1 was the warm-up game, but game number 2 is Top Slaughters showing their true colors. Now, OKI pull up. We've seen how well they can counter teams like Farmville, but the difference now is that all of the pressure is on. This is the lower finals. This is the last life for one of these teams. One of their tournament lives will end right here in this very matchup. But it's going to be a while before we get there because the series is not one-sided. Tide's gonna pick up a final one, and we have ourselves a tied-up series 1-1, bringing us to an effective best of 3.
Says, and what a play coming out. What a game. You come in, you end it, you just destroy them, you say, okay, I'm gonna bring in my tank, and we're going to completely obliterate this team. And that's exactly what they did. Did you really have to get the U.S. military involved in this one, mate? That was a absolute blow up, and nuclear explosion, because Scotch man trying to figure out what even happened in that last game. I think Top Slaughters, Resinol needed some time to come in, go into his first warm-up match, and now you see his true colors. But then again, it really wasn't Resinol that really shined. I think it was TK for me personally. The person that really no one really acknowledges all that much. You talk about Tide, you talk about Resinol, but no one really talks about TK, and TK really showed his true colors, came out and absolutely dominated in that last game.
And that dominance, exactly what you need. It's so important for any player in this match to step up, important for that one player to make the difference, as it could mean everything for these teams. And now there's less and less time to do so. We're now in a best of 3. The winner of this specific game will be on series point to move on to the grand final. So if anyone is going to step up, this game needs to be the one to do it. No more slacking off. No more playing conservative. It is do or die in the lower finals.
This is where boys become men, where the good are separated from the great, and where you can submit and establish your legacy on the pitch and get people to recognize you. Going into the next boost season, here we go. Here's Resinol. Look at Resinol off the backboard. Laggy Puppy's going to be able to lock right back onto that one so far. Best of 3 basically in this format, just like you mentioned. Best of 5 right now to win 2 in a row. Or you do a 1-2 game record, you're going to be able to take this series. Here's TK. What a play downfield. Here's Tide. He's literally preaching off the ceiling. I don't even know why, but TK really doesn't give a damn. He's coming in, and he's already putting the ball on target.
Already the pressure is surmounting on both sides. Both of these teams, they want this game, they want the advantage, they want to be on match point for the rematch against Farmville, but unfortunately only
There
one
it is!
team's going to be able to do it. Laggy Puppy an opportunity. Not a lot of boost to work with. Tide's going to be able to push that one to the side. Resinal picking it up off the ceiling. Not a lot of boost. Loses possession of the ball to Seika, but does regain it momentarily. Now TK on the air dribble from the ground with reset, but Laggy Puppy is going to be able to shut it down. Tide taking that one off the ceiling. Gets it past Frost. The bounce down spike pass to Resinal, who gets it off the backboard. Now TK moving in as that third man, keeping Top Slaughters involved on offense here. Laggy Puppy trying to diffuse the pressure, but Resinal having none of it, trying to drop it down, but can't find it. Laggy Puppy able to connect with Frost to get this ball back past the midfield line and give OKI Pull Up some room to breathe.
Oh, finally, just sitting on defense for like a whole minute long, especially trying to defend Tide and TK, and then Resinal starting to come in those last couple of seconds trying to bring some of those attempts. That's not, now, in my head, I'm like, okay, Resinal's going up for these double taps, he's going up for these outplays, I'm like, okay, now that's a challenge. This player right now, Resinal, when he's starting to get a hold of what you can do on defense, okay, now you know you're in trouble. Here's a pass back from Tide trying to make some things work. Resinal gets completely dunked. Seka, not a lot of boost to work, but does still have a lot of boost to get right back to the play, try to get the shot off the target, but it kind of got away from him. Here's Resinal in the air. Flip reset. Resinal, the busty into Tide! I saw your reaction being put into that one. What are you thinking?
Well, what I'm thinking is that, well, A, what did I just see there with the pinball wizardry coming out? But B, one thing that I also happened to notice at the exact same time, which also played a part in my reaction, you wouldn't believe it, is the fact that this game has taken this long to find the opening goal. We saw so many goals in the previous game, the utter slug out, but it took just under 3 minutes. But Resinal, the player to set the difference, put Top Slaughters in the lead and put them on that potential match point.
How many times do we even have to talk about Resinal in the first place? How many times do we have to say, Resinal is this good? How many times do we have to recognize these players? TK, even putting the pressure, the save was pretty amazing. Here's a bump, but there's no one to follow. Here's Tide, gets set up, recovers. Look at Tide go. He's now leaving for the pass right back down. Now where's TK? TK goes all the way back. Resinal's always, there's no one challenging. But now let's see, here's Resinal. He's got downfield. Maybe something else again from Resinal, trying to get right back to the play. Looking for a bump off the backboard. Double go! He converted. He's unstoppable, and he's absolutely unbelievable. It's Tide off the backboard into the back of the net. No one can defend this team.
Tide, the surge of offensive pressure, ignoring the fact that he has COVID. That does not stop him. It didn't stop Semper, and it's not going to stop Tide. Finding that second goal, and now only a minute 20 remain. OKI Pull Up, they still have not found an opening goal this game. They still haven't found an answer, but they're getting closer and closer. They're putting more and more opportunities towards that orange back wall. Frost is going to look to move in on this one, but he's going to get shut down by Tide. Laggy Puppy, next one up, met by TK. Laggy Puppy can't find the follow-up. Tide picking this one up in the blue half. Resinal trying to get involved, but can't quite find it. Frost has a bit of space to work with. Is going to offer a dribble, but tackled by TK from the side. Seika now moving in. Tide on the back wall. The foot reset comes out. The ball makes contact with the back wall. Frost going to be moving in. TK gets a clear out. Resinal on a breakaway. Picks up that corner boost. Doesn't quite have a shot on net. Frost able to push it to the side before it gets picked up by Seika. Frost and Seika working in tandem to move this ball down the pitch, but there's not that much time. They need to keep it in the orange half. Frost trying to do everything to make that possible, but TK, not a lot of boost, doesn't need it, has all of the space to keep this ball away. Gets it all the way into the OKI pull-up corner. Resinal, final moments, flip reset, gets pushed to the side. TK trying to move in on that one, a team bump. Frost and Seika trying once again to move this ball towards that orange net, but it does touch down, and Top Slaughters will be on match point.
Well, I mean, it might not show on the scoreboard, but Resinal is doing all types of things around the field to keep his team, specifically his team, in the game. He's been absolutely unbelievable, absolutely amazing. And now we're seeing it. He's all over the pitch. He's setting up the opportunities. He's passing left and right. He's getting those demos. He's getting those bumps. He's able to do everything, really. The guy is just a home Houdini on the pitch right now. He's doing things I didn't even know were possible. You already see the mechanical ability coming out of this guy. Now you see it even more.
And now, okay, I pull up. They won that game 1, but now they have lost 2 consecutive games. They're going to need to find a very quick answer here, as now their tournament life on the line. If they can't come out of this next game victorious, then they will not be moving on to the grand finals. They will have their night concluded here, but there is still a 5-minute timer that separates them from doing just that. Alternatively, they can win this game and take us the distance. It would be the first time tonight that we've seen a series go the distance. A fresh 5-minute timer on the clock, a new frontier, and one final chance for OKI Pull-Up.
Here we go, game number 4. Will we have the same result with Resident just dominating with the okay, yeah, no, I think we will! I think we very much will! Resident, you're insane!
And the Astral pinch coming out of the corner, setting up Tide for that free goal. 8 seconds in, and Top Slaughters are on that match point advantage. They only need to win one more game of the next 2, assuming we even get there with how they've been playing, and Reznal's gonna sink another one in. It's only been 16 seconds, and Top Slaughters have already found 2.
Look at Reznal's placement, he's able to put it past 2 defenders. To position a little bit awkwardly on the defensive line right there. If Reznal just beats you, I have to have one on back both at least. You gotta trust your, of course you gotta trust your teammates, but you gotta be able to be like, okay, just in case my teammates get speed, I'm gonna be in a decent position to be able to stop this team and Top Slaughters. But right now they're slotting the ball toward the top shelf, and I really like what I'm seeing right now. It's Reznal looking at me, staying the play. You see how much impact this guy has? I was saying between games, this guy's got so much impact right now. Lucky Puppy, can he get the outplay? Pass 1, the angle will not be good! That's good!
The impossible angle on the flick, but still gets saved nonetheless. And now TK going to try and keep this one in with the help from Tide, but Laggy Puppy is going to be able to push it down the pitch. It's on the Top Slaughters goal line, but no one there from OKI Pull-Up. No one there representing the Capybaras to find the goal. A mistouch from Frost, and TK is going to find a 3rd goal for Top Slaughters. It's only been just over a minute, but Top Slaughters are showing no signs of slowing down, no signs of mercy.
Yeah, I think these guys will win. Yeah, I think so. They're fully accustomed with us and coming right back into the game. I think they're ready to dominate. Here you see though. It's Reznal. It's Reznal. Oh god, how many times do I have to say it? This guy can be unstoppable. You have to have someone back to stop this guy. He's all over the place. Oh, he's like a pest that will go away, mate. In this case, he's different. Oh no. Don't forfeit. Don't forfeit. At least you have a try to come back. You still have way over half the game to go.
Still plenty of game to go indeed, but everything is against OKI Pull-Up, except for Frost, who is going to connect on the pass from Laggy Puppy and bring the game back within 3. And when it looked like they were down and out. They're able to find a go-ahead goal. Granted, they still have a lot of work to do, but finding that goal will make it that much easier. Frost looking for that impossible read off the corner. Laggy Puppy dropping the shot. It bounces off the bar. Resinal now on the clear out, gets the touch off the ceiling. Frost just trying to keep this play relevant. Has to get it past TK, but can't quite find it. Seika lurking, leaves the ball for Laggy Puppy. Resinal just trying to play keep away. Tide getting involved. The double play comes out. TK double touch off the sidewall. Is going to put it onto the back wall. Seika can't find the touch. Laggy Puppy backwards trying to get a clear out. Resinal now moving in to keep this ball in play. The suppression from Top Slaughters only lasts for so long. Frost, the breakaway hero in this game, bringing it back that much closer when it looked like it was impossible. 0-4, Frost said otherwise, and right before the half, cuts that deficit in half and puts the game within 2.
A little bit of trolling, a little bit of this and that. Nice fit from the catch out the opponents. And right now, Top Slaughters are in the offensive position. Okay, I pull up. All right,
Seconds still time for OKI pull up. It's just a matter of if they can make it stick. That's a good opportunity from Laggy Puppy, utilizing the ceiling to get above the ball, but does get shut down. Frost, the hero for OKI pull up in game number 4, but can't find it past the midfield this time. Seika wanting to get involved. The flick past one. Resinal gonna touch it back to the Top Slaughters corner. Try and keep possession. Able to get it around. Not a lot of boost. The 50 going well for Resinal. Is now off the sidewalk. Gets that reset. Still staying involved. Bounces it in the corner. Top Slaughters just trying to play a game of keep away. Seika, a good aerial fake. The ball's gonna be lofted in the midfield. Frost, the first one there. Seika down the pitch, trying to get a bump onto Resinal, who was last back, but couldn't find it. A minute and 20 seconds remaining, and OKI pull up are inching closer to finding their third.
Inch, because you need to inch as fast as you can right now. I wouldn't say send the full house. We still have a little bit of time to work with, but now, nice play by TK to catch one player out, but now here's Tide, pass one. Resinal keep playing keep away. Laggy on the back line. Somebody play. Oh! Resinal, I was about to say somebody put a hand up. Resinal did exactly that, but now what can you do against this team? You are on the offense, starting to try and find an opportunity, but now Frosty got a little bit able to land on it, now going for the bump. No, he cannot connect with the bump, but still, it's a 2-2 game, but still time running off the clock, slowly but sure.
Every second so valuable for OKI pull up, as each second that ticks down is 1 second that they might need to find a second answer, assuming they can find their first. Laggy Puppy trying to put that one off the corner, but it's going to be shut down by Tide. Frost keeping this ball in the Top Slaughters corner, trying to keep it as close to their net as possible, but Resinal doing such a good job at shutting down the midfield opportunities. Final 10 seconds, TK wave dash reset and gets the ball all the way across. Seika's gonna have the last look to get a cherry pick opportunity down the field. The clock touches 0. The ball hits the ground, and Top Slaughters will rematch Farmville in the grand finals.
Top Slaughters, congratulations. You got your 1, 2, 3, 4. You got your 1, 2, 3. You got the R, you got the T, and then you got the other T with the C and the R. You got Top Slaughters. You're going absolutely amazing. You're going to find your way right back into the grand finals with Resinal. A little pat on the back for yourselves. Shake it off. Dust off yourselves. And if you're Top Slaughters right now, your mental cannot be drifting away saying, oh, we're going to have an easy grand final, because that's not going to be the case. 100%, that is not going to be the case. Literally what you have to do, what I like to do when I'm playing, I'm a competitive player, but in a completely different game, okay? What I usually do is I'm like, okay, if I know I can get to the grand final, if I know I have the potential, which Top Slaughters 100% do, what I usually do to myself is I Jay, your thumbs up made me forget exactly what I was trying to say. What I usually say is I'm like, okay, all my opponents are kind of like in the obstacle of me just getting that win. Right now, I think of them. Of course, you have to respect them, but you have to think of them as obstacles. Your emotion cannot be there when you're thinking in the game, when you're playing in the game. You have got to go emotionless straight into the grand final. That's exactly what Top Slutters did. And Jay, don't be copying me now. That, but like that's your own hat, though. You. I feel like my brand has been taken away from me, but you have your own brand now. You have your cowboy hat. Did you make that yourself?
Cowboy hat was not made, but the Octane that formerly rested on.
Oh, it was
Blood.
there. Yep. Oh, I remember that.
However, there are a few Octanes resting up right now before the grand finals. We are going to go to a short break before we get there. You're not going to want to go anywhere because it only gets more exciting from here. It has been a long journey to get here. Very, very fantastic matches going down to the wire. We've seen teams rise and we've seen teams fall. But now we have arrived at the final frontier of the 25th Stay Plugged In Turbo Tuesday, driven by eNASCAR. One final best of 7 to determine who can claw their way to that top spot on the podium. And it's going to be between Farmville and Top Slotas. Farmville not dropping a single game thus far. Top Slotas having played Farmville before, so we are seeing the revenge match. And we do also have a new friendly face on the desk in form of Wolfie. How you doing, Wolfie?
Hey, what's up, Jay? It's been a fun time watching you from behind the screen here on Twitch. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting time coming in. You said it's been a long day. It's been a short one for me, but I know these guys are about to come in here and just show what they have been able to do. And I'm actually a bit surprised. I was told Top Slotas had to go through losers to get here. And last time I saw this team play, they are absolutely cracked. And the fact that Farmville has been able to do what they've done, extremely impressive. Hopefully they continue to show out the way they've done all day.
And Farmville, it's really just the impeccable offense. They're working so just fantastic together, this team. It's crazy to think that these are high school students playing at this level. This team is impeccable. On the side of Farmville, Top Slotas, though, they are no team to scoff at either. They did get swept by Farmville previously, but they were holding it so close every single time. But now they only have one final time to prove it in this best of 7. There is no bracket reset, but because Farmville made it through the top, they will get that game 1 advantage. So we are technically in game number 2 here, but none of the players are going to be worrying about that. They're going to be worrying about the here. They're going to be worrying about the now, and Wavy's going to be worrying about the ceiling shot, but it does go off the bar. Top Slotas stay alive in the opening minute.
Yeah, you see the offense coming out from Farmville, really trying to put the pressure on this squad, and Top Slotas is able to just get out by the skin of their teeth so far. And like you said, first 60 seconds, action-packed. We see can Top Slotas be able to hold down as that crossbar fourth defender continues to save their lives.
And the surmounted pressure for Farmville, they don't have anything to show at Top Slotas. An opening goal here would be very favorable. They are coming off of that recent win, and they're going to start off the grand finals tied, able to drop that one in off of the self-set pass, gets it past Broken, and right before the minute-and-a-half mark, Top Slotas, they found themselves an opening, and now they just need to hold on.
You know, this team has really been able to do just that, held out for 60 seconds. That really put them here in front, but still a lot of time. Farmville has looked dangerous. We'll see if their offense continues to go down, but the defense almost falling for the second time here. That 2-goal lead would have gave Top Slotas a huge advantage.
Top Slotas, we saw in that previous matchup, they're able to get this opening goal. It's a matter of holding Farmville, because once Farmville starts playing from behind, they are a different breed. So Top Slotas, they have more work to do. Broken's going to be able to get that save off of the goal line. Try and not let Top Slotas extend that lead. Broken on the play out, tries to get the bump on Resno, but it doesn't connect. TK's going to be lurking in the upfield. Top Slotas, right before the half, find their second.
When you're down by a game here, this is the type of action you need to come out with. You have to love the way Resno just set up his teammate there. They're looking to tie this series up quickly, and it might happen in the next 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
Top Slotas have found themselves in a spectacular situation, being at that 1 game disadvantage. A win here to neutralize this series would be pivotal for them. Tide trying to shoot for that top corner, but doesn't connect. Resinal is going to keep this ball in play, but everyone on Top Slot had rotated back. Resinal picking it up from the midfield, double tap save from Tekaz. Tide trying to follow it up, the shot saved as well, and Farmville are not breaking on defense anymore. They don't want to concede again, but Top Slotters are going to do everything they can to try and dwindle them down, try and put more and more cracks in the wall that has been made, but on the other side of the pitch, Farmville able to open up their grand finals run. Tekaz just taking that silver platter served ball and bringing the game back within one.
You know, they're planting the seeds, and they're definitely trying to see how quickly they can ripen up here. That first goal should really help them get through winter, but they're not out of the woodwork yet. Still 1 goal down. Farmville needs to try to regain here. That's some good offense to really set themselves up.
Farmville, they have been waiting for a while, so this is effectively their warm-up game, getting reacclimated to this Top Slotters team that they have faced before, but the outcome could be very different, as Top Slotters, last time this match was played, the roster was different. Top Slotters was using a substitute in the form of Bumpin', but now Resinal is here to play. Resinal joined Top Slotters whenever they fell to the lower bracket and has helped them make it all the way back up to the top. And now, with just over a minute remaining, Top Slotters are staying at that top shelf. But it's just a matter of Farmville warming up, as the series played before, it really was just Farmville playing to their best whenever they wanted to. A good opportunity, but DK picks up the demo onto Tekaz, tries to carry it all the way down the field. Tide's gonna have it open net, and with 48 seconds, Top Slotters give themselves a buffer.
You have to love the way that defender just came in, and Wavy tried his best, but the double commit is what killed them there, and that kind of should put this game to rest. But 48 seconds, 24 for each goal for Farmville. They still have a chance, but the way they've been playing on the defensive end, too safe for everyone so far, it does not look like it's going to be their night, at least in this first game. Hopefully they can regain and try to adapt in game number 2.
14 shots on net already for Top Slotters compared to Farmville's 3. It just has been Top Slotters controlling that midfield, piling on the pressure against Farmville. They took that loss and they learned from it. They knew exactly what they needed to do in the rematch. They knew how to counter this team, and now it's a matter of testing theory. Game number 1, the final 10 seconds ticking down. Tekaz is gonna look for another opportunity. Double tap, drop to Wavy, but it's off the bar. That would have been a great goal for the mental, but it will touch the ground. Top Slotters able to take game number 2 and even out the grand finals to an effective best of 5.
Yeah, this is where Top Slotters wanted to be, but they have to give Farmville a lot of credit here. Their only mistakes were allowing the 4th defender to hurt them so much. We saw them in the early game, goal after goal, just could not find the back of the woodwork. And if can't Top Slotters get that same type of luck, because I don't feel Farmville's going to have that issue throughout the entire series, but all props to Top Slotters. You won this victory, but this game is not over. The series is not over, and you won the battle, but let's see where the war goes.
And the war only beginning. That game right there, simply the Lexington Concorde shot heard around the world to start the civil war of the high school face-off, as it still shocks me how great these players are at the age that they are. But nonetheless, Farmville and Top Slotters, they have been fighting for so long. It is a battle of endurance, as the best of 7 is not forgiving. You have to continuously play at tip-top shape, or else you will get countered. You will fall down. And now Farmville, they cannot afford to let Top Slotters maintain that momentum. They can't afford to fall down in game number 3.
DK, finish this off. Goosey broke. able to get a good mid pass there, but unfortunately not able to connect as that ball able to find TK up. Resinol putting that shot on, but the defense there to put it away, and Top Slot is coming out another top performance early on.
And that early pressure, normally something we see from Farmville, so the fact that Top Slaughters are able to play Farmville in their own game just shows the confidence of these players, shows how badly they want to win this match. Resinol going to be moving in for a pass. TK is going to pick up a demo, and Tekos Tide just has to get there first and does, slots it under the bar, and in the opening minute, Top Slaughters once again find the lead.
You know, this is where Top Slot wants to be. After getting swept by Farmville in that semifinals, they have just come out. They have learned from their mistakes. They have adapted. Now, can Farmville take a page out of their notebook here and try to change things around? Because early on, this is where Top Slot needs to be. But Wavy able to get the equalizer in. We've seen some offenses in the first 60 seconds.
Precisely what Wavy needed here, picking up that fake in the midfield and just walking the dog home. Gets that equalizer, prevents Top Slaughters from running away with this game and even the series, and especially with that fake, getting in the heads of the opponents, shutting down that confidence, making the players on Top Slaughters realize that Farmville is that formidable opponent. They can't just run away with this series as they want to freely. They are going to have to work for it. And 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. This game is only getting started, but there's already so much story to be told.
You say work for it. That's exactly what's happening. 2 saves for Farmville, 1 for Top Slot. It just shows you how much action-packed both these teams are bringing onto the pitch. As Broken able to push this ball up. Wavy watching for Resinol able to take advantage there and putting that ball on, almost able to thread the needle. And now both teammates trying to see if they can find an opening, but the defense able to stay alive, but not for long. Yes, they can. Last-minute save does not allow them to go up on the board.
And throughout the entirety of this tournament, this is the most the Farmville defense has been tested, and they are being tested time and time again. 5 saves now on the side of Farmville, and only 3 shots, but in those 3 shots, Wavy scoring 2 goals, putting them in the lead.
That right there, just able to go out and counter that play. Farmville puts himself up, and now they can just breathe a little bit. Their first lead of the series, they can come in, try to play their brand of Rocket League, but they can't take their foot off the gas whatsoever, as Wavy unable to get that pass over the goal line. Sorry, trying to push this ball through as TK puts into his corner. And now Top Slot, it seems that they're kind of a step behind now. It seems Farmville has adjusted to this speed, but can they continue on this pressure?
And the pressure is what needs to be consistent on the side of Farmville. They need to shut down the confidence from Top Slaughters, as on either side of the pitch, if the confidence builds for one side, it is detrimental to the other. And Broken showing that the confidence of, oh my goodness, the confidence of Top Slaughters has been broken. The holes in the defense being found, and Farmville turning around this series in their favor, now find themselves with a buffer in game number 3.
When you see Broken's tag, the CRL Elite tag, that right there just has your eyes opening. You know he's been at the top levels. You know he's played in some big moments, as he's going to have to go through that experience to really help him push himself through. But Farmville is exactly doing that currently.
And Farmville doing fantastic right now. They needed that bounce back from the previous game. They wanted to be able to rush the second effective game of the series as the warm-up, and now they're here to play. No more excuses, and the pressure is starting to pile on for Farmville. They're putting more and more shots on the Top Slaughters net. Top Slaughters actually having 1-2 more shots on target than Farmville, but the quality of shots is the difference. Farmville, they're playing so quickly on offense when they can get there, but they have to get there first. The defense holding strong for Top Slot as they're doing a good job keeping that ball out of their net, but it's getting closer and closer. They're gonna need a clear here soon. Wavy has to launch that one straight up in the air. Tekos picking up a bump on Reznol to slow it down. The basket next as TK finds Tide and bring the game back within one.
That's exactly what this offense needed, just to find themselves behind the post. And 51 seconds left. They had to get something going. Great job by TK with a dime of a teammate, but they're still not out of it yet. Still need one more goal, but this team has ultra confidence to try to bring this back.
And the confidence is the key here. The #1 player out of everyone on the pitch, the most important. TK on the air dribble, doesn't have a teammate in support though, so Tekos is gonna pick it up. Reznol gets a demo in the midfield to slow down that Farmville wall and try and break through. Broken, doing a good job pushing it into the Top Slotters half. Reznol gonna pick up the pass from TK, the 1-2-3, but Tide's shot getting blocked out by Wavy. Now Tekos moving in, gets met by TK, who is carrying this ball. Flip reset potential, does make contact, and it's good for TK with 19 seconds remaining. Game is all tied back up.
You know, this is TK's world, and we're just living it right there. And that fact he was able to get that touch, that goal behind 2 defenders, man is absolutely cracked, showing up in the biggest of moments. You know what they say, when in the biggest pressure moment, that's when diamonds are formed. And he's just showing that he's priceless to this team.
And the carbon compression for TK coming out, proving to be that pivotal player. Farmville, it looked like everything was going in their favor, but now the ball has touched down. We have overtime in game number 3.
These teams love the drama, they love the dramatics, and this is what they're giving us here. They understand this is a big pivotal game, could be the swing game for any team, as that demo helps clear up some of the defense. Good 50 at the top, but still giving Farmville some trouble there. That ball might be sinking in, and Reznol able to go through and put it through the gift. Top Slot is game number 2.
And it was such a well-fought game for Farmville that came down to one small mistake. Farmville with such an early explosive start, but slowly Top Slotters crawled their way back into the game, putting on 16 shots. And the amount of saves coming out from Farmville, I can't even do the caster math here because one of the players left. But no, what I do know is that it is a very, very large number. This game so well fought from both sides, all coming down to one mistake, showing the skill that we're playing at. One small mistake could cost either of these teams the entire game. But now Top Slotters, they got that first win to neutralize the series, and now they got another win to put themselves in the lead, negating the advantage that Farmville worked so hard for. These 2 games are the first that we've seen Farmville drop in the entire tournament. Top Slotters is here, and they are here to win.
Yeah, Top Slotters must have some bitter taste in their mouth after that semifinals loss to the squad. And, you know, if you ask them, they would love to sweep Farmville and giving them a taste of their medicine. But we'll see. Can Top Slotters continue holding on this good look as an open net gives Farmville the early lead?
This is exactly what Farmville needed. They don't want that pressure on their back of, well, they've lost 2 in a row to a team that they swept previously, and that early goal for Farmville going to be great for the mental. It's going to put them in a much better position. They're used to playing from behind against Top Slotters, but now they find themselves once again in the lead. But we saw this story and how it unfolded in the previous game, so all Farmville need to do is try and change the past, but oh my goodness, Tide just coming in, swooping in, catching both defenders off guard on the Farmville defense and equalizing the game in the opening 30.
Tide right now just trying to catch a wave and maybe grab some more offense for his team, but you know this is where they want to be. Farmville, we'll see how they're able to react there, but this is the game they must need. They can still tie the series. That one game advantage has not put them completely out of this one, but if they're not able to find a way to close this one out, they're going to be on a potential sweep talk when they just to the end of it. And yes, that one game to their advantage, but you know they're not happy with just the gimme game.
They're going to want to earn games moving forward. They're not content with the one. They want to win 3 more, but they have a lot of work to do to get there, and they're going to want to find a lead somewhat soon to put themselves in that advantageous situation. Broken connects on the air dribble from Tekaz, and as I was talking about how they wanted to find a lead soon, the players have the stream pulled up. They're listening to me. They said, okay, we'll find that lead just for you. And right before we hit that 1.5-minute played mark, they do regain the lead.
Yeah, this is what this team really needs. They get this lead now, and still a lot of Rocket League to be played. If they can find a way to get a second one, and that one right there helps them able to stretch this one out.
And that is exactly what Farmville have needed. They need to find that lead. They need to extend the lead, and most importantly, they need to hold it. We've seen them with this lead before, but now they understand what Top Slaughters are capable of doing in the final moments of the game. They know how they know how Top Slaughters are able to change the pace in the late game. And so now they know exactly what needs to be done. They have their lead once again. Now is a matter of fighting to hold it, because Top Slaughters, they're not going to be happy staying down in the game. They're going to want to continue fighting their way back and repeating the previous game.
You know, and this is somewhere Top Slaughters cannot find themselves putting their head down. And just like that, Resinol says, boys, lift them back up. We're now be down by 2. We have so much time cutting this lead down by 1.
And Farmville, they're not beating themselves up too much about that save. Hopefully Wavy bringing out the what a save, trying to say, hey, my bad, we'll clean it up next time. But the issue is we are in the grand finals. We are running out of best time. Tekaz, an immediate response, though, making up for the defensive misplay, re-extends the lead to 2. We still have over half the game to be played, but it is back and forth.
You just gotta see what happened on a defensive mishap there. 2 defenders near net. None of them able to go up for that, and able to pull a lead back to 2 should be a bit demoralizing here for Top Slaughters. But from a high-powered offense like theirs, they just need to continue shooting, keep playing their brand of Rocket League, and give Resinol the ball. As you see him right now trying to go off the backboard, but getting cut out there.
Wavy is going to look to try and extend this lead, connect with Tekaz. The touch going off of the backboard, though, broken. Going to be tasked with picking up the clear, gets it up to the ceiling, going for that ceiling pinch, Tide on the pre-jump, able to defuse that clear, puts the ball towards the box, but TK a little bit too far away, doesn't want to commit for it. Resinol now picking this one up, Wavy in a bit of an awkward situation, the flick comes out from Resinol, it's barred down, TK makes it in, and the back and forth continues as Top Slaughters bring the game back within 1.
That's what you're hoping from Top Slaughters, just continue to battle and battle back. This team does not know where to quit, and that's what you need, a team that has championship aspirations.
And both of these teams want this champion title so badly. You can see it in the gameplay, everyone playing to their fullest, trying to put on a show and try and find themselves on the top. Resinol might connect with Tide, but Broken able to break up the opportunity and shut it down. Picks up a demo on Resinol, is going to open up some offense. Wavy with a drop down, sinks it in, and Farmville re-extend their lead to 2 for the 3rd time this game.
This is what this team does. The fact that they're able to counter and just get goals back when they give one up, it's not a bad strategy. You just have to make sure your offense continues to be potent, continues to stay hot. Top Slot has shown that, Farmville has shown that, and they just need to continue putting on the pressure and making this team uncomfortable.
And the uncomfortability is something that can prove a vital resource as it breaks the confidence and it starts bringing out that hesitation. And with how fast both of these teams are, if one team can make the other hesitate, it would be monumental. Wavy trying to carry this one out, get some help from Tekaz. Wavy on that 50, puts it into the corner, Broken, self-set, double tap, puts it off the back wall. Wavy can't find the contact for the shot. Final minute remains. Resinal trying to get it clear out, but it's going to get intercepted by Wavy in the corner. Does get it to the midfield before getting bumped. Resinal trying to connect with TK on the redirect. The fake comes out, takes two players from Farmville to get the ball cleared. Tide now trying to move this one back in, flick over one, but Tekaz not having any of it, just shutting it down. TK picking up an air dribble, gets it over Wavy, it's off the back wall, no one's there, but Tekaz is going to be able to shut it down once again. Final 20 seconds. Top Slot is they're getting closer and closer, but they just can't find that goal.
And this game right now just looks like it's going to go towards Farmville's side, but that's how it's looked throughout most of this series, and we just continue seeing Top Slot has pulled it back, but this is exactly where Farmville wants to go. They're not out of it yet. Now we're going down to a 2-2 series tie and basically a best of three.
And the best of 7 grand finals all coming down to a best of 3. The next team to win a game will be on Tournament Point. The battle that these teams have fought to get to this point down to the next 3 games. It could even be less than 3 at this point. We've seen this series go so back and forth. Top Slatas, they came in this series very strong. Coming out of the lower side, they had that momentum. They were warmed up, ready to go. Farmville on the other side had been sitting for a while. It took them some time to settle in, but this game was exactly the Farmville that we have been waiting to see. But now both sides, they're here, they're warmed up, there are no more excuses, there are no more second chances. This is the final match of the tournament. Only one team can come out victorious, but we're not quite at the end yet, but we are that much closer. The winner of this game will be on match point and will only need to win one more game to become the winner of the 25th Turbo Tuesday.
You know, and I'm happy you said that these two teams have been playing great, and winning the 25th Turbo Tuesday is an absolute spectacle to have. But Farmville, the one thing that surprised me is they only had 7 shots that last game to the 11 the Top Slot is. And when you see a team not putting on the same amount of pressure than taking on shots as the opposition, they usually don't come away with the victory. But their strategy right now, quality over quantity, and we'll see if that continues working for them, as an early demo almost worked for Top Slot is.
And the dribble play here, the 50th. You can't challenge those from behind. Broken, seeing the exact situation. TK trying to do Tide a favor here to shut down the dribble, but challenging from behind like that, so dangerous because you can just end up pinching it into your own net. Broken, you could see that the understanding was there, didn't even jump. Broken almost finds a second, will get some help from Tekaz, and Farmville opening up screaming to get potentially on match point.
And the Banshee L really coming loud and proud from this squad, and going up 2-0, this is where they need. They understand it doesn't matter how you start a series, it's how you end one. And coming off of that last victory, they have to be feeling a lot of confidence going up 2-0. This is their game to win now. Let's see if Top Slots can find a way to bring themselves back and try to take this game and change the narrative.
Top Slot still have plenty of time to do it. One opportunity going in their favor could be all that they need, but they still have to find it. TK in the midfield trying to set up a pass, but shut down by Broken, able to get it all the way into the orange corner. Tide now on an attempt to clear out, shut down by Tekaz. Farmville doing such a good job suppressing Top Slaughters, holding them into their own half as a double tap from the corner. Picked up by Resinal, does get it past the midfield line. A pop out, Tide has a shot on, but Broken immediately shutting it down. Now Wavy connecting with Broken, trying to extend Farmville's lead to 3, but can't quite find it as a shot coming out from Tide will put Top Slaughters on the board. The pass from TK, phenomenal. The shot from Tide, impeccable. And the scenario almost just perfect for Top Slaughters.
Yeah, not even COVID can stop Tide. You just see him being that consistent player on his team week in and week out, and that's what they're continuing to hoping for. They're going to have him continue to pop off, but we'll see who else comes out here in this one to really help his team go through. But this team now 1 goal bound. Tide putting another shot off the backboard. Team may not ever get that one as a beautiful clear happens, but still not out of the woodwork there as TK trying to make things dangerous.
And with 3 minutes remaining, this game still has so much story to be told, still so much Rocket League to be played, still so many shots to be put on net, so many saves to be made. TK shutting down Tekaz. A big clear coming out from Top Slaughters, catching the defense way too far forward. There was no defense for Farmville, and Top Slaughters, they find the answer to the early aggression from Farmville, and we've only seen 2 minutes. We've already seen one team dominate, and now we're seeing the other. We're all tied back up.
I love the play on words there. Tide doing that for his team, and just continue trying to surf through the competition as TK pushing it off the backboard, but Broken able to get a good touch as well as possession as his mid pass getting cut out before he even gets going.
Now becomes the question, who will be able to take the game advantage going into the latter half, as the momentum towards the end of the game the most important, especially if you already have that lead. We do cross the halfway mark. We're still tied up, but the opportunities from Top Slaughters coming through, they do get diffused. However, Tekaz doing a good job putting that onto the back wall. Resinal on the pickup air dribble, has a pre-jumping Broken to try and get it past, can't quite find it. TK looking to pick that one up in the midfield. Broken on the free flip, able to get it past 2. Resinal moving in as the third to make the opportunity in favor of Top Slaughters. Puts the ball onto the back wall, and a pinch coming out from Tide's gonna put it towards the box. Resinal on the pickup, self-set double tap opportunity, puts it farther out into the box. TK waiting for an opportunity to move in and strike, but shut down by Tekaz. Farmville gonna look to turn it around because the Top Slaughters offense, their offensive pressure is just piling on.
Yeah, and Top Slaughters, they continue to be that heavy aggressor so far with 6 shots to the 4 of Farmville, and those 2 shots to many may not seem like much, but it could be night and day as the 4th defender continues to be the best friend of Top Slaughters.
And Top Slaughters, they're getting closer and closer to finding the goal. The defensive wall being that crossbar, that post for Top Slaughters, helping them out, but it can only help them so much. Tide, a big touch up in the midfield, intercepted by Wavy, doesn't have the boost to follow it up. The follow-up from Farmville getting saved by Tide. And in the final minute, we are still tied up. Resinal trying to get a clear out, but intercepted by Tekaz. Puts it onto the back wall. Wavy with the drop down, and with 48 seconds remaining, Farmville take the lead.
Wavy catching his own wave there. Great job by him getting that beautiful pass off the backboard, and nobody from Top Slaughters is able to deny him there. But 48 seconds, Top Slaughters still has a lot of time. This is where they need to show up if they don't want to go down after a stellar performance all series long.
Tekaz on the flip reset, gets a 50 with Resinal, puts it off the back wall. Broken next stop. Tekaz trying to get a touch on it, but can't quite find it. Tide now on an attempt to carry out, shut down by Wavy. Farmville, they rotate back, give Top Slaughters a little bit of space, regroup, and set up their defense. TK looking for the connection with Tide. A demo comes out onto Wavy, opening up that midfield for Top Slaughters, but Farmville doing a good job at holding it strong. Resinal flip reset attempt, can't quite find it. The ball played out of the corner by Broken. Now TK on to the Farmville back wall, intercepted by Tekaz. Resinal gonna put it back onto that Farmville back wall, try and find that tying goal, but Broken once again able to push it to the side, pushes it into the midfield. Resnal, last opportunity, keeps it in the air, gets the follow-up touch. 2 players for Farmville on the back wall. Resnal doing everything to keep it up, but the ball pinches away. Farmville will be on match point.
You know, I don't want to say it like this, but that one game advantage has really given Farmville a great opportunity here to close the series out after they had a start that they wouldn't be too proud of. But the later end of this series has been all Farmville. Able to come and get back-to-back wins is exactly where they need to be. Now, they need to shut it out. They cannot allow themselves to go to game number 7 and give Top Slaughters a chance at taking this for themselves.
Farmville getting that advantage. That's the whole idea of that one game advantage coming in through the upper side grands. You want to have that buffer. You want to be given that time to warm up because you have been sitting as a team for a while, waiting for your opponent to claw their way through the lower bracket. So I have to agree with you completely there. That one game advantage really being a hero for Farmville as it gave them that time to get acclimated, to get themselves ready to play this new Top Slaughters that they hadn't faced before. This Top Slaughters is an entire different breed, but Farmville are going to look to shut every form of Farmville down. Game number 6 underway. Farmville going to look to take the tournament in 6, but Top Slaughters are going to look to take it to game number 7.
Game number 7, somewhere that Farmville really needs to stay out of. This is their best chance. If they can find a way to get an early goal and make Top Slaughters play on their back heels and continue looking at that clock like a doomsday clock, it could help them get through this one and get into the defense. That one's going to give them the lead.
And an impeccable pickup by Tekos there, able to follow up with the air dribble after the flip. Such a skillful thing that you'll see players do whenever they're going for that air dribble. The ball gets a little bit away from them. They flip into it and manage to get under the ball and maintain control. It's something that's so difficult to do, but something that you have to expect from these level of players. Broken has a shot opportunity, but that one getting shut down. Farmville's early lead so advantageous for them. Tied, almost having an opportunity there, but being met by the post. It would have been fantastic for Top Slaughters to equalize right before we cross that 1 minute mark, but they weren't able to find it. They're going to have another opportunity before we cross it though, but Wavy shutting that one down. Tied into the midfield, but doesn't have a teammate there. Now Tekos on the breakaway. The demo comes out. The ball's just going to be left rolling in, and Farmville extend their lead to 2.
They're going up by 2. This is where this team needs to get, and you see the momentum from them just continue to rise here. And only 61 seconds off the board. Farmville needs to continue on this good showing, but Top Slaughters has to get together, and a goal here to cut this lead down by 1 could be what they need.
Can't let this go in, but Wavy's gonna find it anyways. That dribble so menacing. You don't want Wavy behind the ball. A menace on the ground, using all of his guard to get the flick, putting it on that front corner, hitting it with the side flip, and slamming it into the back of the net. This is exactly what Farmville wants here. They want to take the early lead. They want the momentum, but we have seen Top Slaughters come back from this deficit before. We saw it in game number 3. Farmville took an early 3-goal lead, but then they conceded in overtime. So Top Slaughters, they're not out yet by any means. They still have 3.5 minutes to do it. This is a good way to start. Resnal sinks that one in the back of the net and puts Top Slaughters on the board.
Yeah, Top Slaughters finally able to crack through this defense, and 3 minutes 26 seconds left on the board here. This is when they needed to do it. They're not out of the woodworks yet, down by 2 still, so they still have to keep their momentum, trying to flourish here in this opening later minutes. But this is a good step in the right direction as Resnal off the backboard trying to find a teammate there. No one able to get a touch. As Tide now trying to put a shot on, but the defense able to recover in time.
Wavy on the pickup out of his own half, met by TK, who pushes it across the Tide in the corner. Broken, moving in to try and make another opportunity for Farmville to clear from TK. Picked up by Resinal, who's going to look for the double tap, the impossible angle. Wavy can't find contact. Broken, tasked with clearing this one out. Double tap off the sidewall, picked up by Tekaz in the top Slaughter's corner. Broken, 50 with TK, able to keep this ball in the orange half. Resinal finally getting the ball past the line, but Farmville doing a good job in the midfield. Broken last back, the touch left room to be desired. Resinal finds another goal and brings the game back within one.
It's not over till a fat lady sings, and right now she may be walking on stage, but she hasn't grabbed the mic just yet. We're approaching halftime, down by 1. Top Slot is trying to make a name for themselves and try to do the impossible.
And a 3-goal comeback in the grand finals with everything against you is nothing shy of impressive from Top Slaughter's. Tide almost finds the drop down there. TK moving back in, puts another shot on net. Cleared by Tekaz. Broken now has possession in the air. Flip reset connecting with Tekaz, but no opportunity for Farmville to extend their lead. Broken looking for a 50 against TK here. The ball going to be left to bounce. Broken still has a little bit of boost to work with. Will meet Tide as Tekaz trying to find an opportunity. Wavy trying to find an opportunity, but Top Slaughters are holding down this midfield. They're starting to win more of their challenges. They're starting to test Farmville more and more. They're getting in their heads. They're making Farmville have to work, and they're putting the ball all the way down the pitch towards that Farmville net. They're getting closer and closer, and it's only a matter of time at this rate before Top Slaughters are able to tie it up.
And one thing Farmville's trying to do, they're trying to hold possession, they're trying to just hold this time for themselves and really play the clock, but you just see their offense just diminish a little bit. That could just be due to the high power offense of Top Slaughters, and as I say that, they're almost finding a goal there, but this team has to continue pushing the pressure on Top Slaughters. You just seen Top Slaughters has finally got acclimated to the speed. It's taking the game to Farmville instead of letting it come to them.
Just over a minute remaining. Top Slaughters, they still need to find the equalizer, but Farmville, they're going to try and be extending that lead. Wavy has a good opportunity. Resinal on a clear out. Tide free flips in order to dump the ball down the field. Tide on another pickup, putting it towards the Farmville back wall. Tekaz doing a good job pushing it into safety, but Resinal putting it right back into that Farmville box. Tide, the player to look out for in the midfield for Top Slaughters, picking up a bump on the goal line, but Tekaz already running away with the ball. Top Slaughters, they're playing very spaced out right now. They're going to have to bunch up a little bit more if they want to find the goal, and they do. Tide with 33 seconds remaining ties up the game 3-3.
No, that's the one thing Titus continue to do is be consistent. When his team needs a bucket, he's the man to go and put that ball through the net. And this squad has been, yes, Resinal has popped off, got those 2 goals, but every time Tide has the ball, things get just a little more dangerous for this team. They're going to have to continue utilizing the strength of all their teammates here if they want to end it, but I'm kind of hoping for an OT now.
OT, very possible, but almost not. Top Slaughters on the bump play, almost finding one. Broken, a big clear out will be picked up by Tide in the midfield. Now Wavy tasked with clearing this one out of his own half, connects with Broken. It's going to go on to the Top Slaughters back wall before being picked up by Resinal. Final seconds tick. Resinal just trying to let the ball touch the ground. It does, and we have overtime in game number 6.
If I remember correctly, the OTs have gone to Farmville, so they have that stat on their side, but the way that Top Slaughters has played throughout the later half of this game has just been monumental, and as I say that, history stays the same. Farmville able to win it in OT.
And the one defensive mistouch, I talked about it earlier, of one defensive misplay could cost an entire game, and one costing the entire series. Farmville, with a very stagnated start in the grand finals, were able to bounce back against Top Slaughters and shut them down for the second time this tournament.
Yeah, second time in this tournament, but Top Slaughters really came after Farmville. And yes, it could be those things of them waiting, them having to sit for a while, seeing Top Slaughters come through, and Top Slaughters having to play consistent games back after back in that losers. So they were ready to go, but nobody should be able to put their heads down here. They played a heck of a game, and you mentioned it earlier. These are only high schoolers. The CRL is in very good hands once these kids or once these players make it into a respective college they have, and you have to give Stay Plugged In the opportunity where they can showcase those skills on a beautiful platform such as this, and maybe get a scholarship, to pay for their education. But I'm excited to see how these teams continue to grow because this was a banger of a match and one we're gonna remember.
And I do have to say, as a current college student, it it warms my heart to know that the esports scene at the collegiate level is growing. There
Mhm.
are kids around the nation and around the world that are given the opportunity to attend college when they otherwise wouldn't be able to because of esports. And Stay Plugged In doing such a fantastic job at showcasing these students and helping them get to that point. So just a tremendous shout out to Stay Plugged In, and shout out to NASCAR for helping drive this tournament. And obviously, we are on Reed's Twitch channel. Shout out to Reed for working behind the scenes. I do always like to show some love for the producers because they are the real heroes behind the scenes, just making sure our pretty faces can do what we do. But Wolfie, do you have anything you would like to say before we conclude this fantastic night?
No, nothing at all. Just Farmville top slot is heck of a job. Can't wait to see you all again, and make sure to smash that heart button and leave Reed a follow for putting on a great show here tonight. But that's all we got until next Turbo Tuesday. We'll see you all again for more Stay Plugged In Rocket League.